Uh-huh. So we're streaming, right?
Then contact us your next.
Okay, thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you. I'm going to show. I'll call you later. All right. So good evening, everybody. Tonight, if you can see me, I am on. It's a special preview of one of my favorite things to talk about is love. In a minute, I'm going to be bringing you my special couples today. I and these people, we have been playing what they call in America phone tags. They are ready. I'm not. I'm ready. They are not. But guess what? Today, I think he has been predestined. It is time. So I'm bringing you a very special. I usually don't come on Sundays, but I'm thinking about coming on Sundays because it turns out maybe more people are home and my Ghana people and my Niger people can watch us at a good time, because it should be about 9 o'clock, 10 around there, in Ghana, and I think 11 or so in Nigeria. Hey to my Niger folks, and hey to my Ghana folks, especially to the Ga of Ghana, Southern Ghana, because I'm a Ghana lady. All right. So I'm gonna go and bring my beautiful people. You guys are gonna love this show. I'm telling you. I like what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm just appreciating what the creator has made, and they look good together. That's all I'm gonna say. So as usual, I'm bringing you a couple. Our African American sister went to Africa and met her king. And so I know some of your ladies out there, some of our sisters over here are thinking about finding love on the continent. And you might be wondering, is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Could I? Could I? So today, guess what? Yours truly, I bring you finding love on the continent when diaspora meets the continent. And it's all about the good, ugly, and bad. Because in all things, you should always have the three perspectives before you make a decision, okay? I believe it's worth it. But let me keep my mouth shut. Let them speak for themselves. So tonight, welcome. I'm bringing you this lady that I've been getting to know for a while. She, well, I don't know if because she's on the continent, but to me, she responds to me just like a sister at home. But maybe because she's been in Ghana, it's rubbing off on her because in Africa makes you a bit more soft and gentle. So America is rough. I've been telling y'all, America is rough. You look at each other and it's like, what you looking at? What you looking at? But when you're in Ghana, people look at you, you smile back. It's just a math. We are black. It's good like that. Okay. Yeah, I bring them. I want to bring them so you can see what I'm talking about. That I'm seeing beautiful things. I was telling you guys, I'm seeing beautiful things. And people are jealous of me because I'm seeing beautiful things. Okay? Don't be jealous of me. If you want to meet this beautiful couple, I can make it happen for a fee. I live in America. Everything is money. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so really, let's get started. I have some prepared questions, but I'm going to start with my first part of it. So I'm Black Queen. I host this show, and my goal is to bring diasporans and Africans on the continent together because I truly believe that that is how we're going to get our power back as Black people in this world, only through unification. So we have to unite. What is the better way of uniting? It's fun. Okay, so I'm obsessed with love. I like talking about love. I do. I like it. I don't know. Talking about love is makes you forget about all the other junk stuff in the world. It's what? Okay, I'm not the one in love. They are in love, so let me stay out of it. So, Mr. and Mrs., please, I love to take this opportunity to thank you for making it, possible for me to talk to you about finding your love. And I will start with giving you guys the floor. Here's your microphone. Please introduce yourself. You can introduce each other or how you want to do it. The stage is yours. So take it over.
So my name is Vaughn. This is my husband, Daniel Ibu. I'm from America. He's a Ghanaian. We met here. It wasn't a online dating thing. It was just I had already been ready. I had already been here almost a year already when I met him. So it was just meeting him while I was here.
This one is not online connection. It was in person to
Yeah.
person. So how did it happen? You
Right.
saw him and he
Right.
saw you and the magnet started working. It's like so who was resisting and who was like, let it happen?
So he's a dog trainer. So I had a dog. I had already trained it some, but then I was thinking maybe I need some more training. So I called someone. They called him to call me to come to me. So when he came, he told me that he said that I did a good job with my dog. That if he was to take any money from me for training, then it would have been just taking it from me. And so I left it alone. I was like, okay, thank you. You go on your way. And then I let him tell the rest.
Daniel, over to you. Tell us.
Mm. Okay, so when I came and then I saw the dog, I was like, I
Hold
think the
on,
dog
no.
is a
I'm
bit
missing
trained,
something.
I can
You
probably
said
teach.
you invited him to come and teach you about what?
I had already trained my dog, but I was thinking I
Oh,
needed.
Dog.
dog training. Got it. Sorry, it was
Right.
breaking, so
So
we
that
didn't
is
get that. I wanted to make sure we get all the juice and the facts, you know? So training
That
a
is,
dog. Okay, Mr. Daniel, the
yeah,
dog trainer. Go on.
yes,
yeah, so that's something that I do on the side, to generate extra income.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So anyways, I got there and I told her that her dog is trained, so she doesn't need to pay any money. But then I can teach her some one or two things, and then that was how it all started. You
So you
know,
didn't charge him for that day.
no, I charged her for my transportation because I drove.
Oh yes. It's fair now,
Yeah,
my
I drove.
sister. My sister, you know
Right.
transportation is very expensive in Ghana, right? You
So I
know.
told her, that when it comes to business, it's business.
Chai.
No husband, no wife. It's business. It's
Hi.
business.
That's dangerous. So,
So
but I think you did the
yes,
right
I
thing.
do think
You did the right thing
I
because
think the
if you
money.
give it to her for free, it will be like you are trying to get favor. So you take the money first, and
Right.
then when you went away, and then what else happened?
so I didn't do nothing else. Then he was checking in with me. How are you? Everything okay? How's the dog? Blah blah. The simple, just staying in touch type of thing. And then he says, "Well, can I come over and hang out with
Yeah.
you?" And I said, "I guess so. Sure. I don't have a problem with it." So he came over and we did some karaoke and we sat around and talked a little bit. And then he said, he wants to hang out and spend more time with me. And I was like, well, I'm not interested. Like, I'm not interested. He was like,
Because you know that
well, I am.
let's be honest, the sisters here in America, they tell you like the way it is. I'm not interested. So, but Daniel, you must be a very brave man because you kept trying. We are taking
Yeah.
notes.
So
So
I
all the
told
young
I
men,
told her
all
that.
the young men in Africa now are taking notes. How Daniel did it. So I'm also helping them with the notes. So Daniel,
Right.
tell us how did when she said
Right.
I'm not
I told her
interested.
that for me, I don't. Right. So like I was saying before, I told her I'm not the type that easily give up, especially if I want something. And she knows it. If I
Hmm.
want this, even if I have to die to get it, yes, I'll die to get
Try
it. That is who I am. That
the
is
man,
who
the Ghana man don't
you know.
play. Oh. If he see and he wants, hey, you ladies are you are hearing. So when it's true, they will keep pacing until they get. So the ones that give up,
Right.
just push them along the wayside, okay? But in their
If you
defense,
give up,
some
you
Ghana
don't
men
even
are
want
very
it.
shy, so have mercy on them when they approach. For those ones, when you shoot them once, they are dead. They just go and mope. Mm. So not every man is brave like Mr. Daniel. All right. So he just so
Right.
how did that was that annoying that he was persistent or Was that a good thing in your
It,
book?
it wasn't annoying. No, it wasn't annoying. It was just, I was like, okay, like, 'cause I wasn't seeing nobody too. So I was like, sure, why not? And so then we just started hanging out and going out and spending time together. And then one day he said, so I want to be with you. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, I'm not playing no games here. I'm not here for games. Like, I want you. I see my future with you. And so I want to be with you.
Right, and that's why we are here today.
Okay, so Daniel,
Took some
I'm
time.
helping you. I'm helping your brother, so all over in Africa. So first, you have to be brave. When they say I'm not interested,
Of course.
you say. But one thing I like though, you did not approach her with love. You said, "Let's hang out. I just want to hang
No.
out." Right?
Right.
So please, so if you are
Right,
young and you are
right.
anywhere in Africa or even in America, you have to not come across "I love you." See, I've been trying to help my brothers back home, and I've noticed that sometimes there's a differences in languages
Right, because
because
I
when
love you thing, we be like, no, we
yeah,
ain't trying
and
to
but
hear
but
that.
they did fall in love. They do fall in love truly. But you see, in America, too
Right,
much love, 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 love. People have been injured because of love, love, love. So, brothers, when you meet them and you say "I love
absolutely.
you," they're gonna slap you or push you away or something. Don't bring love. First, you just want to get
That
to
is a
know
big
them.
red flag.
Yeah, because I've noticed,
Right,
like when I go to Ghana and the Ghana brothers are like, "I love you," I get it. I don't really get upset because they have seen, they have fallen. That's why they are telling you that they are in love. They truly mean that. But see, in America, that's a player line. When you say "I love you," the first
right,
thing they're like,
right.
"How do you love me? You don't even know me." And then the African man will be like, "But I am knowing you now. I am knowing you right now, right?" So it doesn't work with the sisters, in the USA.
Absolutely.
When they come home, you want to say you want to get to know them. And I think I figured
Right,
it out, Daniel, because, like sometimes in our languages, there's no difference between like and love, you know? Because American might say, "I like you." That's not love, but it's acceptable for you to say, "I like you. I like you. I'm going to get to know you to see if I'll fall in love." But for us, mipewasem, mido. It's the same thing. So they say, "I like you, I love you," is the same. So that's why when they translate it, they go to the love. So please don't shoot down my African brothers. They don't mean harm. Some of them do, but a lot of them, I think it's just a language thing. Okay, so I'm helping my brothers. So I'm gonna move now. So I'm helping you. Take your notes. He said, just hang out, get to know them. Don't go and say, "I love you." You shine like the moon, and your eyes are the stars that are falling down. All those things. Take it easy. Wait before you bring the sweet stuff, right? Okay. So now I'm gonna come back to you. So you were hanging out, and one day he said, "Hey, Daniel, how did you say it? Let me see your face when you said it."
No, so most of our conversations was done, like was via mobile phone, because where I was staying and where she is, it's a bit far, so we didn't get to meet all the time. So most of the time it was via texting and then, audio calls, video calls,
Mhm.
FaceTime, Messenger, so that was how it all began.
So
What did
when
you say?
yeah, when you
Oh, I won't be able to remember. I'll have to go back to the chat.
hey, no,
Yeah, that
this
was
see,
2020,
Okay.
22. That was
oh,
2022,
okay. So you've been together since 2022,
Two.
2022.
Yeah,
Yeah, April.
April 22.
Okay, so have you gotten married?
Yeah.
So you are
Celebrated
did
our 1 year this January.
so did you do like a traditional wedding, or which one
We
did you
had
do?
Yes.
we had
It was a traditional and then a court wedding.
Chai, I have missed out
Yeah.
all the food.
And it was
Ah,
a private one, so it was very
I
beautiful.
wish you knew. I wish I knew you people, so you would have invited me. Weddings are the best in
I
Ghana, you
know.
guys. They
Yes.
feed you. They feed you again, and
Oh,
you
it was
drink,
very
and
nice.
you
It was
enjoy.
very nice.
That's why we like
Yes.
to go
Right.
to weddings. There's plenty of food. If you
But
don't
anyways,
if
it
you
was a
don't if you
private
don't
one, so
if you don't
we
want
just didn't
trouble,
allow anybody because of the
yeah,
kind of neighborhood that we find
If you don't want
ourselves
trouble,
in,
it should be private because every guest you
You know how
invite
people
is
are,
gonna
they
bring
see a
three.
party going on and they just want to come and
Man, do you blame me, sister? We know what is fun. We know good stuff when we see it, right? You're going to a party, you're going to a wedding. Okay, let me come too. That's how we roll. All right. So,
right, right,
so
right.
you know, so far though, how has it been being together? Because I know that life is not always fun, 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 fun. There's always gonna be a little challenge here and there, and especially you two coming from, in spirit, we are the same because we are black. We have a black soul in a good way. I don't mean like the way they
Right,
mean black. You know what I mean. For us, our black is our gold.
right,
Forget it with all those negative things that they like to
right.
attach to black. Black soul, and we like it like that. It's good. So, how has it been? You coming from US and he being born and raised in Ghana. Tell me, I want to hear you do the fun stuff first. How is it like dating a Ghanaian? And
So,
I'm talking to you, sister, because I know you used to live in the US.
even know the age gap.
I didn't say that. I
So
didn't go there.
we have some.
I didn't go there yet, but I will. I just mean, you
Okay,
dated some
okay,
African
okay.
Americans. You dated some black men when you were US, right? And now you're married to a
Right, right,
Ghanaian.
right.
So I
And so
want to know,
I dated other Ghanaian men, but
okay,
our challenge, we've had challenges. We still do have some challenges. Our
it's
our
not all roses.
right, our biggest challenge that we had to overcome is, and we still work on, but is our words. Our what we say in America is different than what it means here in Ghana. And so,
yes,
like, I might say something, he's like, "Oh, that sounds so rude." I'm like, "What do you mean rude? Like, that's just something that we say in America. That's not rude." So, one of the things, for instance, for an example, would be, we're in America when you're doing something and you're like, "Oh, you're so stupid." We say that kind of thing in America. You're so stupid. You so, meaning you're so silly. That's so funny. But he didn't take it that way when I said, he's like, "What do you mean I'm stupid? Are you calling me stupid?" I'm like, wait.
painful, painful. My wife is insulting
You know,
me.
there are some
It's
things
funny,
that
serious. So
you can see in
the
America.
family might ask you to
That,
kill a goat for that, to call their son stupid. This is serious. Yeah, I'm laughing because all the couples that I've had come to talk about this, they talk about language communication. Because what we say and we get away with
Right.
it,
I'm
you
sure.
know, and it's like I think my mom is 83 now. I mean, she continued to live long. But I remember when she first came to America, and one little girl was talking. She was babysitting, and the girl was like, "Grandma is so crazy." My mother's like, "Child is calling me crazy. Child is calling me." Was like, she was so shocked. Children call
Right.
grown up crazy, and I said, they were watching cartoon, and I said, "She's just saying you're crazy like funny." No, she said I'm crazy. Am I talking on the roadside? Do you see me shouting? So please, so you have to work on it. Because if you call us crazy in Africa, it's a problem. We just can't think
Right.
it's just, what I'm saying?
a big
So
one.
it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So now what do you do? What do you say it, or have you adjusted to using a different word?
So what we do, so I know now that some words that I can use with him only, or people who know me. But if I'm talking like to his family or other people that I don't really know, then I use my words carefully.
More
Um,
cautious.
but when it comes to him and I talking, sometimes, so now we got to the point where we say, okay, so what does that mean? Because to me, I sound like you're saying this. This is what it means to me, just so I don't misunderstand what's being said. So 1 minute conversation might turn into a 10-minute conversation just because we're trying to be clear of the words that we're using. You know what I'm saying? So we're just giving definitions.
Thank you again for coming on the show because listen, that's why I can do this. So many people, since we started going to the Back to Africa movement, a lot of people are in the same shoes that you are, right? And people are dealing with it. Some marriages are breaking down. So as you know, you're doing this, know that you are helping other people. Okay, you're really helping other people because you're not the first who has brought up the language thing. So
Okay.
I'm really happy that
Okay.
you are finding ways to, like money, maneuver and move up. And it's a good thing. Just say, hey, what exactly do you mean,
Right.
right? Are you really calling me stupid or do you mean
Right.
funny? I like that. Continue
Right.
doing that
Exactly.
because
It's just like,
yeah, that's a good practice for
so
marriages
that's what
anyways.
we do.
Yeah. So can you give me another
Right.
example? I just love the
Right.
example. Stupid crazy. Okay. Can you think of any other thing? What about on his side?
Okay.
Has he ever said something to you that you think, okay, now that's just rude or done something and
So
he thinks it's just normal?
I think for me, I wouldn't say I've said something to her, but I think it's something that maybe I might be doing that I would want her to allow me to do. Here
Uh-huh.
in Ghana, if you're married to a man, the man is talking, you have to be kind of like quote unquote quiet and listen to what he's saying. You know.
I said,
But she's not.
I know now.
In our Ghanaian setting, like how the
Like,
lady respects the husband, doesn't
yes.
talk back when the husband is talking. Like she doesn't do that. And then
You
I
mean when
know
you are together
that is not their
or
culture.
when you are
You
with
know.
people?
No, I mean when I'm with her, like just home when we are talking.
Abba.
Maybe later I'm angry about something. Sometimes I just want to talk and talk and talk and yell
Uh,
without talking.
my
Especially if
brother.
she's at fault, so
Ah, my brother, that's the olden days. And also,
right.
Right.
you did not marry a Ghanaian. See, whenever you marry somebody else growing up in a different culture, you don't get to eat your cake
Right.
and then I
And I
don't know
said
whatever
that.
they
I
say.
said that. I said the way you want me to be. I said we American women accepting that. You know what I'm saying? I think he was yelling at me about something one day, and he was really upset. And I'm like, and I'm yelling back at him, and I'm like, hold on, like, why are you talking to me like that? Somebody was told, so we have a counselor kind of like that helps us sometimes too. And
Yeah,
she said, well, here in Ghana, you just have to sit there and let them say they're done, then you can come back. I said, no, we don't do it like that. Like, that's not how
mm,
we do that.
I
Like,
know
no,
that.
you need to control how you're feeling and then talk better or come back.
Yeah,
So those types of things those are some things that we deal with, that we worked on, and we're still finding our way. But the communication has gotten a whole lot better, and our
mm,
understanding and our way to talk. We still have a ways to go, but it's gotten a lot better.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And then it took some time with our communication because it's two people from different part of the world coming together, living under the same roof. So of course it's not an
Chale,
easy thing.
chale, as we
Absolutely.
It's
say,
more or less
it's
like
not
a challenge
easy.
you need to.
It's not easy at all. I mean, I'm telling you guys, I'm a Ghanaian. I lived outside of Ghana for so many years, but I know where I come from. So when I wanted to get married, I went to Ghana. I married my Ghana man, and I'm like, okay, this is it. It's gonna be good. I didn't even know if I knew what I was doing, because just having lived outside of Ghana for like a period of 10 years, I'm different than I realized. Very,
Right,
very, it's
right,
interesting for you guys, right? So
right,
I'm Ghanaian. I'm Ghana. I married somebody with a Ghana, but who was living in Ghana. I had not traveled out. And the challenges, they were there too. So we have to be very realistic. I sound like a counselor, forgive me. I'm not trying to use my
right,
psychology degree, but it's there. So the thing is that what you guys are doing, I'm glad that you got somebody you talk to. It's necessary because even when even two Ghanaians married, there's challenges because they grew up in different homes, and in this person's
right,
house, even though they are both, same ethnic group and everything, there are challenges. So you should know that I call you guys trailblazers. It's not an easy thing at all. Because sometimes we go home and we
right.
marry Ghanaians and we can't take it either, because we've lived out of Ghana and I know in America, especially Black women have to be very strong, very, very strong.
hmm
And that one
hmm
thing that men value about Black women, but the same thing too bothers them and scares them to death.
Yeah.
Daniel, am I right?
So you
Like
are
African man knows that the black woman needs to be strong because the world is rough for us, right? And you need a strong wife that you know has your back. But they don't want us to be strong with them. They want you to be strong with others. Am I speaking for the sisters?
Right, got you.
And it's
I
a
got you.
challenge. I mean, it's a challenge. So, but what I can say is that just if I may advise you to just make the marriage sweet. African man, what can I say about them? We love them, but they have wahala. My sister, you know, they have wahala. They love, when they love deep.
Mhm.
But respect, they kill them. Respect is killing them. Their respect and their pride. Hey, don't go there. If you touch any of those things,
Right, right.
they will be wounded for years. So it's not easy, but balance it out with the fact that they can love intensely, right? But what I wanted to say is that,
Right.
Mr. Daniel, when you marry somebody from a different culture, there are some things you have to sacrifice. She can never be a
Of
Ghanaian
course.
woman. She grew up
But I've
being
been telling
encouraged
her
to
that,
talk.
you do what the wrong do.
What about you? Oh, because she came over there. So what if you
I
two
know,
were
right?
living in the US? How would it be? Will you be doing what the African American men do over here?
Yeah, when I come and she wants me to do, things to make her happy, like things that she's used to. Yes, I will.
Hey,
You should be doing it.
I do them. I do them. Don't I?
my
I
sister,
do. I do
I'm
it
your
here.
witness. So I'm your witness. I
Yeah,
will be here. I will be the witness. So you are gonna come. You will
right.
cook. You will cook.
No, I cook here.
Oh, he cooks all the time
Hey,
here.
I like to cook, so.
that's
Yeah,
good. That's good.
yeah.
Right.
How far do you live from your
And
family?
eat
I'm
out
just
once in a
curious.
while.
How
Say
far do you
again?
live from his family?
Like,
About an hour and 10 minutes or 20 minutes.
So you don't see them a lot, do you?
No, I do, because that's where my job is.
yeah, his job is
Okay,
in the same area where his
Yeah,
parents
my
live.
job is in the same
okay.
area where my.
But I'm saying, as a couple, do you spend much time in their home? Are your family in your home a lot?
Oh, no. But
So you can get away with
I
it
spend
now.
a lot of time with my family.
No, we as a couple we don't. No.
I think, to be honest, because the truth of the matter is that sometimes it's not him that's because a lot of Ghanaian men they will not cook, and not that they don't want to cook, but it's this the how shall I say it? It's the challenges that they get from their family. For example, a typical home, if his mother comes and sees you sitting on the couch and you're relaxing, and there is this man in the kitchen cooking, tell the truth, Daniel, there will be wahala. She will say, this woman has jujued
You
my son.
understand?
Can she be sitting there relaxing? And my son is now the woman of the house. She's cooking. Am I lying, Daniel?
So that's not
Traditionally,
true.
traditionally,
You're
that's
right.
the way.
But
So that's
his
why.
parents are really, really good. They're really they accepted me from from the beginning.
Mhm,
Even them questioning him about his reasons to be with me, they was making
mhm,
sure that he was with me for the right reasons.
yeah.
And so me and his parents, I talked to them individually by myself.
Mhm,
We
mhm.
had conversations about our relationship, how they feel about certain things in our relationship. And so, yeah, so, and they know that he cooks. So, and I don't have a problem cooking. I don't like cooking. I can cook. I just don't like cooking. But when I cook American dishes.
Mm.
So I cook with American dishes and he eats.
He
So
makes
there's
the he
some
makes the
American
Ghanaian
dishes that he
dishes.
likes to eat. He asks me to cook. But he cooks the
It's a good
Ghanaian dishes and
balance.
he'll cook like a whole bunch of different stuff to get us through for the week.
So for me, my mom is a Ghana, my dad is a France, so I've seen a lot
Hey,
of families do
wait,
that here
oh,
in Ghana.
let me send heart
But on the
to Mama.
weekend,
Not that I don't love anybody else, so but I'm Ga. So let me send big heart to Mama. So does it mean you speak Ga, Charlie? Or you are?
yeah, yeah,
Or
few.
you are
I
Ga?
speak a little bit of them.
Or you are Ga? Few. Please talk to me in
Uh,
my language. It just make my ears sweet me.
no, because my mom doesn't speak that to us. Even my dad
Ah,
doesn't speak the fancy. They only speak English, P. But then I do a little bit of
oh,
that here and there.
you are what I call corrupted African, but I won't go there. It's okay. Tell ma. Okay, fine. Okay, boy, wega. Oh no. Oh no, ga me ache. I'm just, I'm pleading for Mama to speak her Ga too, because our Ga language is getting lost. Because no, the other people they like our Ga women because we have some. I won't say it on television. So they come and marry my Ga sisters, and then our language. You tell you what I'm talking about later. The Ga women are known for some special stuff. Anyways, so they marry our Ga women, and then the Ga women stop speaking the language, and my language is going away. So we need our language back. So if you're a Ga woman, you are married a tree man, a woman, we don't care. But make sure you are speaking Ga to the children. I'm just a troublemaker. Let me get back to this show. All right. Just enjoying my talk with you guys. But when I come to Ghana, I'm coming to your mama house. Tell her I'm coming to eat and enjoy myself. Okay. But anyways, I was just gonna tell you, sister, this is the thing. When you marry, you get away with a lot more than if you was marry a Ghanaian woman and she's not cooking at home, trust me, there will be an issue. But a lot of families they adjust. They realize that okay, she's was raised in America. So what you can get away with, let no other Ghanaian woman try it. It will not work. Okay.
Right.
So let's come
Right.
back. So that's some of your challenges, right? You went and
Mhm.
said something about age, not me. How do you feel about talking about that?
About what now?
Age. You mentioned age.
No, we don't. We
Age.
don't
Oh,
have. We don't have a problem
no.
talking about because it's all over the internet already.
And we
Uh-huh.
have a channel too.
We have our
What
own
kind of
channel, so
responses, reactions do you get from people?
Oh, wow.
no, I don't think we have issues.
Haven't had any like bad responses. I mean, we've had if it was we was going to pick out of 100, probably maybe 3 bad responses out of
And
100.
even that is not on YouTube. So that is people commenting on YouTube. And you know how YouTube goes.
At
You
least,
get
yeah.
Yeah,
negative
yeah.
and positive comments. The most important thing is that the positive should outweigh the negative. So
Mm-hmm. Truth of the
But
matter is that if I
when
remember well, in Ghana, to be honest, people
uh,
mind their business. Once they know that this is a serious relationship and you are committed, you are married, they will leave it alone. Maybe in the beginning they might a little jealousy here and there, like mm. If I was there, I'd be like, why
I
is he not
wonder what the
choosing me?
real motive is. They want to
But
know what the real motive is, especially if the
yeah,
woman's older. You
yeah,
know.
yeah. And I think I know some of the issues that comes with maybe marrying somebody older. But let's go and talk about just living in Ghana. Let's make it light. And this one is gonna go
Right.
to you, Miss Madame of the house. So, what are you say you've been living in Ghana? So that's since 2022 or longer?
So I've been coming since 2014, but I moved here at 21.
Hey, my
Yes.
sister has been enjoying Ghana more than me. Yeah, I'm beginning to not like you
Yes, and
anymore.
I was coming once or twice a year.
Mm,
Yes.
I cannot wait to be home. I just can't wait. That's where I tell everybody they laugh. But honestly, my soul, when I live in America, I'm without a soul. My soul is in Ghana always. So that's the way I live here. I'm just the flesh is here
Right.
waiting to join the soul. That's how I see it. But let me come to you. What,
Right.
have been your experiences, going to the motherland and being with, say everybody's black. How does it feel being there versus in America? Where were you in America before anyway? Where did you stay? Where did you live?
I lived in Seattle, Washington.
Could talk about that. I used to live in Vancouver, Washington.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, when I
Okay.
came to America, that's a part of the world. I was in like Portland, Oregon, Seattle. Yeah, so that
Right.
was my heart. Couldn't stand it. There's so much rain and no sunshine.
Well, you see your
I, I thought I was dying. I'm not kidding. I really thought I was honest. I thought I was
so
sick
much
and something
rain.
because I was never happy. And I'm a happy person. So one day I came to visit Florida and there was sunshine and I felt good. And I was like, oh, I was made in Africa. I can only live in the sunshine. So I moved to Georgia for the sunshine here. Yeah, so
Right.
I know you are enjoying, right?
Right.
The weather back home.
Yes.
It's nice.
Yes.
So
I
tell me
know,
though,
right?
yeah, how has your experience been? Do you feel accepted? Do you feel welcome?
I knew that I wanted to be here after my second visit. I came and visited, and then I came back again 6 months, no, 4 months later. And so at that time, I was like, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. I when I was out, like I liked the way that people interacted with me. When I walked around, I felt like I belonged. Like I didn't feel out of place. I didn't, and I don't think, and I won't say I didn't feel out of place because there were other people my same color, but just the vibe that I got from the people made me feel like I belong here. So I
Color
knew
matters,
at
so
that
my
time that I
sister.
was going to live here. I just didn't know exactly.
The color matters.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me. Because those are one of the things that I struggle
Oh
with
yeah,
so
so
much.
even like I forget there's white people in the world.
Yeah,
I forget
I
there's
mean,
other people in the world. I do, and when I see somebody that's not, I'll be like, oh yeah, they do still exist. You know, like
I
I'll
mean,
forget
this
about
is
them.
good. Because, Seattle area was always in a classroom with only white folks. I'm like one black person in a whole building. I had that experience a lot. And when I went back home, I just got
Yes,
out of the plane and I'm like, "It's black." And my mom is like, "It's not supposed to mean," because I not experienced
right,
that for
right,
so
right,
long. And it feels so nice to not feel like you're always reminded that you are black. But when you're home, you're not.
right. You don't have to worry about it.
It's
Now
not
you
an
said so.
issue. So
One time I was somewhere and I'm trying to give somebody direction. I said, "Yeah, when you get to that corner, you turn and then we look for all the black people." I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, ain't nothing but black people here, so I can't use that no more."
you know, I
No,
wrote
but
on my
you actually
Facebook. I wrote,
like that's where we're at. You can see that in the U.S. But here you can't do that
it's
one.
so funny. Wait, I just
Right.
can't stop laughing. This is so funny because I was wrote on my Facebook. I said, it was only when I came to America that I realized I was black, and people were responding. Exactly, do you mean by that? You're talking about an African nation, and like, you would not understand. Growing up in Africa, it's like, I never had to think about it that I was black. All of a sudden, everywhere I go, I'm the white black person in a classroom. So this is not right. And then in my let me laugh a little bit. In my department, like when I was doing my professor degree, there was the building, there was a bathroom, and they had the bottom of the bathroom cut off. Like you see people's legs. So now this is
Right.
discrimination. Because when I go there, you can see my leg. She's the one in there. So I refuse to use the bathroom in the department. I always go to a different department. Anyway, that's my story. But anyway, so
That's
I
funny.
wanted you to talk about that because lately I've been hearing a lot of things. Some African Americans are saying that they didn't feel at home and that kind of thing. So I wanted to know your experience and see, why do you think some African Americans are not feeling welcome when at home? Is it maybe certain behaviors, or can you talk a little bit on that?
At least what I think part of it is, well, at least for the ones that has visited and gone back and said it's not for them, I think it's just because they're not, they didn't come here with an open mind of the differences, and I think that some of them is like they don't understand and get how the people out here are asking for stuff or begging for things. And then they don't like the fact that they hear the people here when they hear us Americans, they want to raise the prices of things. Right, they overpriced us, on stuff, and so that discourages me. Because I have a lady that I know from US. She was here, and she's like, "Oh, well, I'm going back because I can't stand these people. Every time they see me, they want to up the prices and things like that." And I'm like, "Well, you just have to find your way." I
Yeah.
said, once you find your way, find somebody to help you, it gets better. But
Yeah.
for some people, like I said, they don't really come here with an open mind because most people back in the US, they think that everybody's walking around here with half clothes on and no shoes and walking around with sticks in their hands. And I even had somebody ask me, well, what do the kids sit on in school? What kind of clothes do people wear over there? So because people are miseducated on what's really going on here because of things they see on TV or things they might read. And they're not really being fully educated. And the only way that they will be fully educated is if they take that opportunity, if they get one, to say, okay, let me come there and see what it's
Mm-hmm.
like for myself. Because even me, I didn't know. I'm like, I see movies. I'm like, where's this filmed at? I'm watching the Nigerian and Ghana movies, and with some of the my hairdressers that's from Africa, and they're like, oh, that's Nigeria, or that's Ghana. I'm like, no, that's not Africa. I'm like, that's not what I was told. They're like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's pretty. I'm like, well, I gotta go now. So I came, I saw it. I'm like, okay, it's not what they try to teach us and tell us what it's like.
Yeah.
So I think that stuff like that is what makes it hard for other Americans to like really accept Africa. So they think they're gonna come here and get diseases and all kinds of stuff like that, so they don't want to come.
My face change. I smile a lot, but whenever we talk about this kind of stuff, 'cause I'm very pro-African. I'm very, very. I always tell people when I die, I'm coming back black, even blacker than this. I'm like, because I'm stubborn like that. But it
Right.
bothers me that because of skin color, my people have had to experience things that we shouldn't, right? So I'm gonna come back even blacker so that I can annoy them more. No, no, no. Let me go back. But it saddens me, yeah, because even now with all the stuff on the Instagram, everything, people have been so brainwashed that it's still difficult for them to see past what is happening in Africa. And I think you said something about mindset. And I think that's what makes a difference between which diasporans are going to be okay in Africa. Because Africa is not America. It's a whole continent. One, there's going to be different types of people all over. Secondly, the image that the West has polished for them, for the, I don't know, this uncivilized African or whatever they want to call it, it's been so strong, it still persists. Even when you show it to them, right? It's, oh no, you're not really African, you know? You're not a real, I mean, people have told me that you're not a real African. You were born here. I said, that's why I don't try to speak any way differently. Whenever I speak, I like you to see that I was born in Africa. And it's like, somebody asked me, so you're educated, you're a PhD. So why do you speak in broken English? I said, because I have that in me. And you should know that as Black folks, we have so much in us. I could talk with broken. I can say, hi, they do, my brother, waiting, they happen. I can talk like that. It's fine. When I'm in a classroom and I need to talk like the classroom, I do. Because life is always like that. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I want to say is that for the African Americans who are coming home, you got to come home with the right set of mind. Yeah, we are who we are. Honestly, the real Africans who are not brainwashed, we're not trying to be the West. We want to go back to African civilization and we want to continue from there, right? Because we were people before they ever came around. That shouldn't have ended who we are. So we will continue to be Africans, whether they like it or not, and we're going to appreciate our ways. So you guys are going to help me because that is what I strive to do. My goal is if I can ever raise the money, I just want to take kids, Black kids to America, and I want to just take them to Africa. So they know. They know. I mean, all these things that you are hearing, there are people who don't wear clothes in Africa. Like, they live in, I don't know, 100 degrees weather. Why do they want to wear three-piece suit and sweat all over the place? For what? They're not slaves. They have the right to say, I'm only going to wear this piece of cloth. It's not that they don't know that there are people there who are wearing three-piece suit. What people don't realize is that people who live in the forest, the sun, in the southern Africa, they come to the city. They come and walk around. They see people living in a house with their big tires and they are sweating. They look at it and they do what they want to do. And they go to the village. They go to the forest because they find freedom. It's not because they don't know better, right? Like, I won't go there, but someday me and you will talk about American life because what goes on in America, a lot of Africans are not aware. So they've also gotten the polished American image that is their, People have, when I first came to America, I said, it's not right. Because we'll be going to school. There's nobody home. And when you look in the mirrors, or you look in their windows, stuff, they have big TVs. And I'm like, there's all this big nice TV. Nobody's watching it. Because Americans, they're working 24/7 and they buy big cars,
Right.
they very big TVs. Everything is nice, but it's like a ghost town because
Yes.
everybody is at work, right? If you are enjoying so much,
Right.
anyway, let's come back to talk about Ghana. So a little bit, let's go talk about the marriage because that's what we're here. I just got carried off, sorry, but I'm enjoying him so much. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about another 10 minutes, then I'll let you go. But I want to throw some more serious questions. You already kind of talk about you
Okay.
wanting to live in Ghana, so you moved there. So obviously, do you have intention of coming this way or no? Like to live?
Me?
No, to leave,
Hmm.
no.
No.
To live, no.
No.
But Daniel is like to live, no. But what about you, Daniel? To visit?
No, to leave, no. To leave, sorry, no. I
Uh-huh.
told my wife that I'm currently, trying to acquire some set of skills that I told her when I become successful in the skill that I'm acquiring, we'll be moving to Dubai, the UAE, because that's
Hmm.
where I want to stay, that's where I want to work. And I'm not working for anybody but then by myself.
You want to be your
Or
own
for myself, sorry.
man.
Right. So
I like that.
I go back
So
and
do
I visit. It's been over a year since I've been back. And I plan on going back again in a few months. We're trying to working on him to get to the US so he can go
Mhm.
and try to make some money and so we can do some other stuff with that too. Which we're we're making plans, but we're making plans for either or. Either
Okay.
if he gets there, then this is the plan. If they don't approve him, he can't get there, then this is our other route that we'll be taking.
So yeah, your
So
plans are fluid.
we can't be right because we can't be paying that we can't be sure that they're going to say yes. You know what I'm saying? So we always have
Hmm.
we have to have an alternative
Alternative plan.
to
Yeah,
what we're going to
yeah,
do.
yeah. And Daniel, I really like it. Let me ask you something. You said to visit, maybe work and come back, but to live, no. Has your perspective always been like that on America, or is it the things that
Yes,
she's
so
taught you about America?
when we met, I told no, when we met, I told her that
Yeah.
America is not a place for me. I see myself living in Germany. So from personally, I've always loved Germany, 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 Germany,
Hmm.
Germany. But then looking at the kind of skills that I'm acquiring now, I want to be in the financial markets, and upon my research, UAE is going to be the best place for somebody like me who wants to trade in the
Hmm.
financial market.
Got you, got you,
That
got you.
was when that decision.
But let me say this, so
And
I know that a lot of. Go ahead, my dear.
even with him going to wanting to go to Germany, um, we tried. He tried to pursue that one. It didn't go his way, and I was like, well, let me try and see what I could do to get you there on my side, and since
Hmm.
that side
Hmm.
isn't working. So, um, so now he's doing what he's trying to do as far as money goes, which is going to the Dubai side.
Hmm.
And even with that one, like we're just playing it pretty much by ear and see how it goes, and we just make it work
Yeah,
whichever
yeah. It's good to
makes
be
it.
fluid, It's good to be flexible
Right,
with your plans. But I'm digging his
right.
brain a little bit. You said Germany
Okay.
before you even met her.
Mhm.
Why Germany?
Right.
Because a lot of time for
Why
us,
Germany?
when we
Because
talk about abroad, let's be honest, we don't necessarily mean US or Germany or whatever. When we talk abroad, we just means abroad, out of Ghana. So why did you have an interest in going to Germany? Just I'm curious.
so for me, Germany, because I have a friend in Germany, and then he was always convincing me of how good Germany is, how good the educational system, working environments, the people, and then like general life in Germany,
How
daily life
good?
in Germany.
I don't
Right.
blame you people. I blame the Ghanaian government. I blame the Ghanaian government
Of
for
course.
causing all our youth to want to run away from Ghana because they are not doing the right
Right.
things, right? Because I know we have brilliant young men who can do great things if the leaders are acting right. But let's leave the politicians alone. I just wanted to know because
Of
every time
course.
I talk to young folks now, they want to go somewhere and it breaks my heart. Because if the
Yeah.
youth of
So for me,
the
moving to move to Dubai, it's not because of anything, but then just bad governance in Ghana, the way life is here, the way they keep increasing prices of everything each and
Mhm.
every day. So I
Yeah,
decided moving to a country like Dubai would really be of help to me
yeah.
and then my
But
wife in
wherever
the
you go,
future.
please remember home, right? And let me take this opportunity to say,
Of course.
Africans out, come home, come home, and let us all try to. Me, I'm going home already. Everybody knows. So, I mean, it's hard out here, honestly. We have some good things happening. If we build on it, trust me, I would rather live in Ghana, if I can get a good job and make sure that I can support my family. And I think that is what most people want, right? And that's again, I'm gonna ask our brothers over here, sisters over here, you gotta work with us because we have resources, but it's in the wrong hands. We need y'all to come and invest into agriculture, factory industrialism, and that's again I want to tell African Americans. Africa is not Europe, it's not America, because our civilization was halted, right? A lot of African countries have not even been through the industrialized period. We haven't really taken over machineries in farming, all those things. So we need the diasporans to come and work with us to develop our own resources, right? So that we can enjoy. I always said if anybody deserves to get rich off of Africa, it should be our diasporans siblings, right? So anyway, let me stop
Right.
the politics. I'm trying not to go there, but today I don't know what's wrong with me. Let's talk love. Love, 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 love. A few more questions. So obviously, coming to the US would be like just for a way to, get yourself set up, put yourself together. And then, if you had a good thing happening in Ghana, you wouldn't really have the need to go anywhere, if I understand you, right? How do your
Right.
family feel about you being in Africa most of the time? Are they cool with it? They miss you, of course.
Um, um, my youngest sister, she didn't want me to come here. My mom didn't want me to leave her. But they're both no longer here. But when I didn't even come here until my mom, at the time I was coming, my mom was in the process of passing away. She had
I'm
a,
sorry to hear that.
kidney failure. And so I told her I was moving here, but she thought I was going to leave her and came here before she went. But I waited until after her time came, and then I came here. But then
Mhm.
my youngest sister, she didn't want me to come here, and she was happy for me, but she didn't want me to go, but she understood. And the same for my kids. That was like, Mom, live your life. Do what you got to do, and just be safe. So everybody was pretty much didn't want me to, but they understood why.
So you have big kids?
Huh?
So you have big kids?
Yes, all my kids are grown.
Ah, she's a beautiful mama. Oh. Mm. And me, I only squeezed out one, and that's hard in America. Having children is hard. Oh. My daughter is 18.
Uh,
I'm still waiting, preparing for the next one, because it was so hard the first time. But yeah, but it's good
right.
that they're happy for you. Have they been back then? Do they have interest in
Yes.
coming to visit?
Yes, I have one that she wants to come next month. I mean next year, or two of them they want to come next year. So
They're gonna love it.
the other ones that they yeah, yeah, and I'm waiting for them to. I'm
Mm.
excited that hopefully that they make it here.
They will
So
love it.
I'm waiting on
Happy
them.
is home. The ancestors are waiting. So when they come, the ancestors will put their love on them. So they'll
Right,
love it. Yeah, just like you already would. So and then let me see. So let me come back
for
to
sure.
so as for you though, would you ever consider living in the US? I mean, Vaughn,
With me,
will you ever consider living, coming
I don't
back to
want
live
to
in
live
the
back there
US?
again. No, no, no,
She's
no,
with me. We go, we
no,
go.
no, 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 no.
Enough. All right. So
Right.
I'm gonna finish. I want to talk about your experiences in the sense that if somebody wants to follow the path that you have followed, this one is both of you. What would your advice be? If a sister here wants to follow the path that you have chosen, what advice will you give to them?
I've had people ask that. What I think about them, wanting to come here because they see what I've done and stuff. And I just tell people that, you have to come here and see what it's like and to get a feel of what it's like. Excuse me. And then if you feel like this is for you, then prepare yourself, be ready, and come. Make sure that you know what you're getting into. Make sure you prepare yourself to come here, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to leave and come here. I don't need nothing and come here because it's cheap. But, in a sense it is, but in reality it's not. It's not just that simple. So from my own experience, I tell people, like I said, to come here, check it out, get a feel, see what's going on, and understand the way of living here, and then when you're ready, prepare yourself and then do what you have to do. You have to do it for you. Don't do it because you met some guy. Don't do it because somebody's telling you this is where you should be. Do it because this is what you feel that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the right way for anywhere that anybody goes, whether it's another continent or another state.
Mm-hmm.
You have to really know that this is what you want to do for yourself.
Yeah, this is a whole different ball game. It's not like moving from
Right.
Utah to, I don't know, Minnesota or whatever. It really isn't. And then
Right.
personally, I always advise people to really get to know somebody from the African country they are going to before they go.
Right.
I actually,
Definitely, definitely,
you know,
definitely.
counsel people, if I would use that word. It's not like I'm trying to counsel them in therapy, but I think you have to prepare yourself. You have to have a certain mindset because it's very,
Right.
very, it's going to be very damaging if you go and you feel rejected as a black person because it's like, oh my God, my people are rejecting me. And then you're going to come out being so angry because then you really
Right.
lost. Because at
Right.
least in the past, you think, okay, Africa could be a home. But imagine you go there and it doesn't
Right.
work out. So you gotta
Right.
really be humbled. One thing
Right.
that I think a lot
Right.
of Africans like is humility, and it's really
Yes.
opposite to American society because here I am me, I am this, I'm that. There's a lot of me, and a lot of boastfulness. And if you go around a lot of African people and you show that boastful spirit and all that, they like, oh, unfortunately, they would think that the European is better than them because of the brainwash. For you, a sister or a brother coming from here and going to show off, oh Lord, they will they won't have it. So you really have to be mentally prepared, know how to
Right.
break into the culture, right? So anyway, so if anybody wants to go back home, see me. I don't charge
Right.
you. I just share
Right.
my expertise and help you fit in better, know what to expect so that you don't get culture shock and you feel rejected and all those things, right? So let me see. I
Right.
want to know about, let's have some fun with you guys. What is the biggest fight the two of you have ever experienced? Look at them, they laugh.
I'll let him answer that one. I'll let him answer this one. What's the biggest
So,
fight we had?
biggest one, biggest, like earth shaking.
Um,
They are deciding which one they want to share with us.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of something, but it's kind of like an
It's hard to,
impromptu kind of question. So I'm now trying to
yeah,
think.
what about the one when
yeah.
I was
I'm gonna let, whilst you are steering over that, what is the greatest experience the two of you have experienced together? So the greatest and the worst. Let me help you. Like, tell us a situation where
the
you thought,
greatest?
this is it. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I can't do this. I'm done. A situation that pushed you that far. Have you had that?
So, okay, trying to make a long story short, this house is about 10 plus years old. We've been in this house not even a year yet, but the
Hmm.
plumbing wasn't really working well. So we got the we got the plumbing fixed when we moved in. As we're using the toilets and stuff and running things, the water things that's been stuck in the sewer, the
Hmm.
pipes and
Hmm.
stuff are now coming out. The water's coming
Backing.
out. So we have to physically take the water out and clean it out. So the second time and so this is what he's been doing. So the second time he did it, he he's bailing the water out. Then he calls me outside. He's like, "What is this?" And I'm looking, and it's 2 condoms. And I'm like, I'm thinking, I'm laughing because I'm like, because I knew the people who stayed in here was a couple, and they're married and they're a Muslim. So I'm thinking, I'm like, in my mind, I'm laughing. I'm like, oh my God, like what they doing up in here? You know, all these times because this time they've been the caretakers here. But he thought it was me. So and so that night, and it was at nighttime when he seen it. So I'm like, you really think that I would bring a man here to the house when you're not here? Like, you know, like, do you think I would really? And it was just, it got really bad that to the point where I was confused. I'm like, really? Like, these look old. So I couldn't really see them because it was nighttime. So I went and I put them to the side outside. So I'm like, in the morning, I'm going back to go get these things. So I'm going to analyze it. I'm showing him that is not me because I was like, I never been in a situation where it looked like it was me, you know. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I was
there are
one of
only two
those
people
people
there.
yeah, and I'm like, I felt like I'm one of those people who went to jail. Like I didn't do the crime, you know. I'm innocent, you know. So the next day, I went out and I got them. I took them. I got my gloves on and I cleaned them out and everything. I just went there. I'm like, these is too old. So I had to clean them out, take a picture, and I had to send them and show him. I was like, babe, do you see these? This is not nothing new. This is old, you know. So he didn't really understand it at first because he felt like it was mine. So I'm the only person here when he's not here. And I had to explain like how the system was working and was pushing the stuff out that's been old up in there and stuff like that. And you know, it got really bad. And I was really hurt because I've been, you know, I'm like, you believe I would do something like this? And so that I think that was one of our worst arguments. Like that was one of our worst situations, you know.
My African
So
brother, my African brother, my African man. Yeah, you and your pride and your protection. Hmm. They always,
But you know, it's going
but
to be weird
this
because
one, brother, you were wrong. You were very wrong. You're wrong, oh. You see the way he's smiling. But your heart must have been beating, eh? You say, "Poo, poo." Well, did somebody do you wrong before? I'm asking Daniel. Did somebody
no,
do you wrong
I
before?
strongly believe. I haven't seen it like physically, but I strongly believe.
So that's why. So my only advice for you is that you gotta, when you get married, you have to work hard to let those things go. Because as women can really, really feel hurt if you even suspect. See, we're very, very sensitive about these things. You know, women who respect themselves. If you think about that, so today you are going to kill a whole goat for her just for that mistake. Oh, because I'm hurt for
he's
her.
got me. He's got me.
I hurt for her. I hurt for her. But I'm glad you guys worked it out. You know, it's like marriages,
Oh
challenges
yeah,
come up,
we did.
and the
We
beautiful
did.
thing is you can talk about it and come out. It's very, very good. So I'm gonna go to Daniel, and I want to think about something joyful, something that we want to smile when we think of you guys. But before
So I'll
then,
say there was a day I came back from work.
you came up with what?
No, I mean there was a day I came back from work, and then when I came home, she had all this place set up for me. You know, gave me a very good massage. We had very good fun that night. You know, so that is one of like our best moments. You
Hey.
know,
So
especially
African
when we
man
get a
like to be
chance to connect with
massaged
people
and
that we have
enjoy too.
spent.
Okay, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. See, sometimes we thinking we be telling African men that they're not even romantic. The only thing I have to say is that now that you are learning the romance, you to reciprocate, right? You know how we do Daniel. You do me, I do you.
Oh, but I went back to the U.S. one day. I went to U.S. when I came back home. He had the bed with a pink cover with red roses, and the red roses was put into a heart shape. And he had
Oh,
candles on the bed,
eh,
lights on the wall,
eh,
and lights turned out. So when I came in
eh.
and opened the door, it was all
It was
scented.
a whole,
He
that
So
said,
was a
Ghana
whole
man,
thing.
"Oh, John,
so
I was very nice."
Ghana man, you got romantic vibes. Hey, you guys are listening. You need to
Yes.
try it. Women will love romance, you know. It makes us
She had
women will
no
love
idea because I
romance.
never said anything.
You never what?
No, I mean, I never told her anything about what I was doing, so she didn't have any
It was a
idea.
surprise.
I didn't
That's
think he had
good.
it in.
But in the defense of the African man, some of our African women too are not romantical. If you bring them
Yes, I
flowers,
heard.
they go say, "What is this? Am I gonna wear this? Am I gonna wear this?" So we all have to try the romance. It's good for a marriage, you know, to do surprises, nice
Right.
things. And then finally, for you, Daniel, if you had to advise maybe young men in your shoe who are interested in maybe, you know, dating or marrying somebody from, you know, some of our sisters from US, right? What advice would you give them and how should they approach it
Well, so I would say you come with a genuine intention,
in general?
you know. So you wouldn't just come and then play games trying to say, okay, well, let me be with her and see if I can get a chance to get to America, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because already they have the idea that, okay, you come and that is what you want, you know, so you need to come in and then do what, prove them wrong. That's not what I want, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you should be a man of your words. You
Yeah.
should be bold, you know, don't go and be shy, acting like a child.
Hey,
That's not what I
Daniel.
want.
But even you have advantage. Even the voice alone. Let the voice speak. You know. So what about the guys who don't have beautiful voice like you? What they go do? It's hard to
No, so
become.
I don't think it's about the voice. You know, even the way
Uh,
you stand. You know, the way you
uh,
stand, the Lord should tell them, you know, yes.
Shall I wait you? Maybe I should start a school for you, where you go teach the young men how to stand and be bold.
How to be
I'll
a
send some
man.
And
guys
then
to you. Okay.
some people meet Americans and then they think, oh, she's an American, she's a bad girl. You meet a lady and then within 1 week you want sex already. You know, that is also a very big red flag, and some people just wouldn't want to talk to you again. You know, all those
Uh,
things, you know, like you should just keep it on the side, you know, and come with genuine intentions. And,
just being
you
genuine.
know, it's a bonus. It's
So
gonna
so
happen at the
love,
right time.
love
You
for
become
real, and then let everything else follow. But don't let other motives
right.
lead, right? Because no woman wants to be loved for something apart from herself, right? So let love lead. But don't go and say I
Right.
love you the moment you see them. That one, you know, go away. You know, fit to one.
Of
So
course,
just
that is a big red flag.
yeah, I think that the language is a challenge. So
Yeah,
Mr.
and I
Daniel
didn't get that
says,
from him. I didn't get that from him.
yeah, Daniel said, let us spend time. I would like to
No,
spend
I was
some
just saying
time.
I didn't get that from him.
He said what?
Right,
Hang out.
right. No, I was just saying he didn't come out with the I love you, I love you, I love you thing. Like it wasn't none of that, you know.
Otherwise, you would have probably kicked him out and not opened the door again, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, because I think that is really turning off a lot of African American women because that's something I learned here that you don't say love this the moment you meet the person is love. It's like, what do you know about me? But honestly, do you know how many African people have gotten married because the man met her and say I love you? It worked for the African women, but it doesn't work for the sisters from here. So try something else. But I want to say thank you
Right.
so much. I spent more of your time than I wanted to. That's because I really enjoyed this. I just want to say that if you're out there as a sister and you're thinking about finding love in Africa, connect with me. I will connect you to this beautiful sister over here because she's lived there long enough. And I think she can really advise you, you know, like she said, the marriage is not an easy thing. Marriage is never easy. So you always have to, you know, come up with ways that are going the language I've heard is a problem so much. So you want to make sure that you are using the right language. And for the guys, if you need to call Papa Daniel, I beg, make you do so. So that he can give you some, you know, if you really, really genuinely want to fall in love with a diaspora lady, so you can approach them the right way and not just jump there and say, I love you, I love you. Because you go lose. You go lose well. Okay. So I want to thank my audience so much for coming to listen and sharing in their beautiful story. I love it when diaspora meets the continent and the result is love. So I wish you guys well everybody that comes on, you're
Thank
now
you.
my family. So don't be surprised when I call you to say, hey, I'm in Ghana, oh, I want to eat. What do
Right,
you have at
right.
home? Mm. So we are now family. We are now family. That's why I can come and eat, right? Thank you so much again. You guys have a wonderful night. And it's been so awesome knowing you.
You
Your
too.
story is beautiful. And I wish
Thank
you
you.
well, more grace, many, many years together, and more powerful things coming to fruition for you guys. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So until next
Thank
time,
you
my
very
Bye.
people,
much.
I will be back. Good night, all. Bye.
Good night.
All right.
Bye.
Let me get fancy and end my stream here before I shame myself. Bye. Okay, now I don't know how to get out, but you can just leave.
Okay. You have a good night.
Bye bye, darling. Bye. I
Bye.
appreciate you guys.
Same here.
Bye. Stop. There we go.